Everyone thinks because you're a zombie, you don't know good coffee. Well, they're wrong. There's only one brew that gets my seal of approval. Deadly Grounds coffee is my guilty pleasure. The aroma is so intoxicating. It brings all of my neighbors out of the woodwork. Deadly Grounds coffee. Coffee to die for and zombie approved. It's good to get a little deadly. Use the front door! Oh, they're so disgusting.
And we are live. It's Tuesday, a little earlier this week, but it's still Tuesday, so we're live. Welcome to another Wicked Horror Show. As always, I'm joined by Tony.
What is going on, people?
And again, we're welcomed by Angel from That Strange Show.
Help me, please.
You can't leave. It's
oh, I know.
Yeah. And Tony, would you like
what you guys? I was going to say
what?
what you guys don't know is we actually have Angel locked in this room. He's not allowed to leave.
This room, yeah, we're all in the same room.
Exactly.
So would you like to introduce our very special guest?
Sure, we had him on before for Bloody Summer Camp, but this is for a new movie coming out called Go Away. We have Dave Kerr, who's the director, writer, producer, probably everythinger on the movie.
Yeah.
How are you?
Welcome back. So yeah, some Bloody Summer Camp, people have been talking about it for like ever, and we were just chatting a bit about the possibility of a release. And one of the perks on the crowdfunding for Go Away was a physical copy of that. I don't know if either of the guys on the show have already grabbed it, but because that's maybe gone. But still, there's some light at the end of the tunnel. You may be able to buy a copy of Bloody Summer Camp at some point soon, right? You're working on some distribution.
Yeah, and you can also catch it a couple of different places on the big screen. Right now, we're wrapping up the extended edition, which is the version that's going to be for the crowdfunders. For both of our crowdfunders, the Bloody Summer Camp one and the Go Away one, you'll get the extended edition, which is 2.5 hours. It's extra Felissa Rose, extra Dave Sheridan, a lot of extra footage. And that version should be out for our contributors in August. That's what we're shooting for. And as far as distribution, we're talking with several distributors right now. And so we're hoping to get our theatrical version, our normal cut, out and distributed hopefully by the end of the year. But right now, we have it playing at Creature Feature Weekend coming up at the end of August. You can catch it on the big screen. And I think we're going to have at least a couple more by the end of the year. I can't announce yet, though.
Sorry, go ahead. So I just want to say Sergio's in the chat room. He's saying hello.
What up?
We have a brother Max in there as well. It's still time to get that extended version. It depends. I don't know if either one of these guys, but if you go to the Indiegogo, there was a perk there still left, and it's a good deal too. Good price point for the perks on a lot of these. So that's a plus.
Yeah, it's still there.
Okay. Well, Sergio is saying hi to Dave. So hello. Dave. Sergio is one of our regular guys in the chat. So thanks, Sergio. And with working with Felissa on Bloody Summer Camp, you're now going to be working with her again and Go Away, along with a bunch of other awesome cast members. Like I was excited to see that Robert Mukes is going to be in it as well. So working with Felissa, you said that the extra extended edition has extra Felissa and Dave Sheridan, so you can't go wrong with that. Do you think that at some point, even though that's the perk for this, do you think that you'll make that content available anywhere else?
Probably somewhere down the line. I'm not sure if all of it. We may have some of it in some of the bonus features or deleted scenes, of the standard version, but there's just half an hour footage is a lot of footage, so obviously not everything would make it in there. But there's always the possibility that we could release it elsewhere, maybe somewhere online down the
like Vimeo or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, Andrew's asking for a link for the Indiegogo. It's actually in the show notes, but is there an easy way for people to find it?
Yeah, if you go to slasher15.com, that's our website, and the first thing that pops up is the link for the Indiegogo.
Nice. And again, lots of cool perks. So for those, I mean, it seems like some people in the chat room definitely know about your stuff. But for those who don't know, we're going to play the trailer for Bloody Summer Camp so you can see what you're getting yourself into. Then we have the teaser trailer for Go Away. But yeah, real quick, here's the trailer for Bloody Summer Camp.
Fucking naughty little bitch.
It's fine. You can do this.
Who doesn't want to see that on the big screen? I mean,
yeah.
that'd be sick. There has to be some horror cons in the areas that we can get this at. Let's do it.
I was just watching it on the big screen 2 days ago at Nightmare on Main Street in Pennsylvania.
Nice. How did it go? Like a good reaction?
Yeah. So it's been screened 3 times on the big screen. It premiered at Carolina Fear Fest, and then it was also we had our theatrical premiere in Virginia, and then this one, and every time gotten all positive reactions. Everyone seemed to love it. After Carolina Fear Fest, we actually had a table still set up, so we had people coming by the table telling us how much they liked it. We had a Q&A afterwards, and people were asking all kinds of questions about it, and they were telling us all the stuff that they loved about the film. So it's been overall positive so far.
That's awesome. Yeah. I'm sure there's going to be some people who, there's always some people in the crowd that just are.
The haters are sure to come. I guarantee that. I mean,
if they're not there, you're like, there's something wrong. I'm like being pranked or something. But
right.
Yeah. So what can you tell us about Go Away? Like, can you describe the story? Like, did you write this one as well?
Yes, I did. So with Go Away, it's funny because with Bloody Summer Camp, I basically have the log line for the film completely memorized. I can say it the same every single time, but with Go Away, I haven't really accomplished that yet. But Go Away is it's an old school horror versus new school horror type of mashup, and the story centers around a girl who is going. She's going to meet her mother's new husband. She lost contact with her mother a few years back, and she finds out that her mother has married someone new, and so her and her boyfriend and her sister and her sister's boyfriend, a group of people are going to this house to meet this guy that they've never met before. That her mother just up and married, and so they know nothing about this guy. And so they go to the house, and they're at this dinner, and there's all kinds of family drama within the group. But during this dinner, they're interrupted by a group of intruders, and so this is where the mashup comes from. And it takes kind of like the old school slasher films and mixes it with like the new school horror films, kind of like You're Next, Strangers. Purge, films like that. So the guests are tortured. The guests are put through all kinds of sadistic games by these people who are torturing them for nothing more than for fun.
Yeah.
But soon the intruders realize that they may have messed with the wrong house. The person who is the head of the house, may have a dark past that they're unaware of.
Nice.
And so it becomes kind of like a cat and mouse game where the occupants of the house are actually kind of caught in the middle of two sides.
Nice.
So,
definitely interesting. I enjoy those kind of movies. Like Strangers, like, I don't know. I mean, I think it's chilling.
A little bit of Don't Breathe.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where, like, I think a lot of, The Purge or Strangers or even You're Next, I think sometimes that's even more, it might not be your, blood and guts and stuff, but it's I think scarier because something like that could actually happen. Like Intruders, it happens. So it's not like, sometimes you watch a horror movie and it's like, okay, I don't think that'll ever happen ever. But, someone could break into your house and, so that makes it even more thrilling.
And I think the scariest part of that is that they don't need a reason.
Yep.
They don't. I think the scariest part of the original Strangers was, why? Because you were home.
Because you were home. Yeah, that's that movie. Like, for real, for it being like a bigger budget, with Liv Tyler and everything like that. I'm like, that movie really hit me.
Yeah,
it's just done really well. So yeah, and it's great, and I'm glad to see that there's going to be another home invasion gone wrong kind of. It's the ones that are out there that are awesome. They're regular watches.
Well, and one thing that I like doing about this one is we had with having the multiple intruders, I had the ability to be able to make a bunch of different personalities. There's this group of killers, and each one of them has their own different, distinct personality. They're not all the same. They don't kill the same. They don't think the same. They don't act the same. And so it was kind of fun to be able to write so many different characters with their dark personalities, but they're all kind of different. They all kind of have their own enjoyment out of what they're doing.
Yeah. So we do have the teaser trailer, like the that's on the Indiegogo.
Yeah.
And so this is just like a proof of concept kind of thing, because a lot of these people, they've been recast.
And I don't know if you can see back here, the masks have all been upgraded. What we did was we made a pitch trailer before we had any money, because we wanted to give people a kind of idea of the style of the film.
Mm-hmm.
So every single mask that you see in the film has been upgraded substantially, like way better. And there are a lot of people that are still in this film, but there's a lot of people that have been added. Like, obviously, none of the celebrities are shown in this
right
trailer. So
yeah, so let's play the pitch trailer for Go Away, and we'll be right back. Here you go. There you go. So, yeah. And so besides Felissa and Robert Mukes that we've already spoken about, we love both of them. So we're very happy to see them. Felissa working with you again, and then Robert, I like to see him in more stuff. So who else have you cast in the movie? There's a couple other people in there, isn't there?
Yeah. So we got Tuesday Night from Nightmare on Elm Street 4 and Wes Craven's New Nightmare, and she plays the mother in the film, and Felissa plays her sister-in-law. So Felissa is not Tuesday's actual sister, but her sister-in-law. Mm-hmm. She was sister of Tuesday Night's previous husband. And then we've got Tom Matthews, who Tommy Jarvis in Return of the Living Dead. He's in the film as well. And we just got L.C. Holt from Your Next as nice. Cast as well. Yeah,
that's awesome.
I think that's it. Yeah.
There is I mean, it looks very interesting, and like looking at your Indiegogo, you're doing fairly well too. Like you've hit a couple of milestones, I guess, right? Where are you guys at with it?
Yeah, so obviously our first initial goal I think was I forget what it was, 15,000 I think. But then we hit our first stretch goal and we were able to bring Tom Matthews on. Then we hit our second stretch goal and we upped the gore and the effects in the film. So all the deaths in the film got a whole lot more creative. And I was pretty excited about that because I was able to go back through and tweak the deaths. Because when you write a script for a crowdfunded film, you have to be pretty conservative. Yeah, you have to kind of tone it down a notch, and then you get that kind of check mark that's like, no, go ahead. Go ahead, make it, have a little fun with it.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, it's got to be awesome though to hit the tiers, with the support and everybody showing support.
It's been amazing. This has been our most successful crowdfunder so far. Our last Bloody Summer Camp crowdfunder was our most successful one, and this one has surpassed that. And it's amazing because of the fact that with Bloody Summer Camp one, that was already partially through filming. That was our last crowdfunder. This is at the very beginning, so this is helping us out throughout the whole film. This isn't something that we can only, it's halfway through the film, we can amp up the second half. Yeah. This can be put towards the entire film. And that's one of the things we did. One of the stretch goals that we hit, we were able to upgrade our location. Because originally, like I said, to be kind of cheap, we had a house that we were going to use that was free. It was going to be our cinematographer's house. Mm-hmm. And it was a nice house. It's a house that we used in the Pitts trailer. And, it was definitely scenic enough. It just wasn't big enough. And we would have made do with it, but we would have had to try and pull some camera tricks to try and make the house seem a lot bigger.
Yeah.
But once we hit that stretch goal of upgrading our location, we were able to get this house is built in 1780.
Wow.
And it's just this huge house with 2 different stairwells. It's a house that you could actually hide from someone in the house. You can actually go up one stairwell and go down another stairwell. And it's got a basement where you pull the door up from the floor. And it's fully furnished. It's a great location. So that's the stuff that was upgraded because we were able to hit these perks. So we're super excited about it.
And just real quick, Daniel John is in the chat room. He was just on last week.
Oh yeah,
the event surrounding a Peeping Tom saying, "Can't wait to work with you, Dave."
He's going to be in. He's going to be in Go Away as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we'll be filming with him in September.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Good for you, Dan. Again, it's
it's awesome seeing everybody doing great.
Yeah, for real. I mean, it's something that a lot of people were kind of up in the air with everything that was going on all last year, and now it looks like things are starting to move. So that's a plus. We're all done watching all the independent horror that's on Tubi. We need some new stuff, right?
But I think we talking about the Indiegogo and hitting all your goals and stuff. I think we've mentioned it many a times with the horror community. It seems like it's just a family in itself. So going from Bloody Summer Camp and probably everyone getting excited for that, and then seeing you're making another one, everybody wants to jump onto it, quick. And you talking about having the fun to do, what you want from the beginning, gives everybody that much more excitement to see what. I'm sure your next one, if you use Indiegogo, will go, break another record and so on and so forth. Because especially like us, we try to follow. Once we find someone, the stuff we like, we follow them from then on in. So
you can't get rid of us. So we're just trying to say. We're like the Dingleberry of podcasts.
honestly, you guys may have been one of the first podcasts I ever did. Honestly.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because before Bloody Summer Camp, I wasn't, I did 2 other movies, but I didn't really crowdfund for them. I did, but they were mainly for like people that I knew that wanted to contribute in, because I wasn't really tapped into the horror community so much. And of course, I didn't expect anyone to believe that I was going to make a film, to put money into it. So
yeah.
I did my first 2 films without really kind of tapping into the horror community. And then with Bloody Summer Camp, that was when I did the all or nothing. And I really needed the push to try and get that, because it was, if we didn't hit it, then we weren't going to make it. And I remember I came onto your all show in like June, like May or June, like right in the first crowdfunder. So
yeah. Awesome. That's cool. I mean, I didn't realize we were this podcast. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Now you're back. But so do you think that with the excitement behind Bloody Summer Camp, that's what's causing the Go Away one to do so well?
I think so. We were scared because in a perfect world, we were hoping to have Bloody Summer Camp out. COVID fucked that all up. We were planning on having it out by the end of the year, by December, and then we were going to crowdfund in February for Go Away, and then people would have seen our work with Bloody Summer Camp, and that was going to be the drive to get people to contribute for Go Away. Yeah. And so when that got postponed, we were like, well, this might fuck us, because what if they don't want to contribute until they see what we've done,
Yeah.
But man, people came out, and I can only think that it's because they see what we have put out. They see that we have made the film. They see who we've gotten in the film. They've seen the trailers. They've seen that.
And the trailer's sick. So like the trailer is, it's great.
Yeah, and that's just a concept. So I mean, with some money in your pocket and behind your crew, I can't wait to see what you like come up with, like full-fledged.
Yeah. And I always like to say, like, I don't know if y'all remember it, but the original My Bloody Summer Camp, Bloody Summer Camp pitch trailer.
Yeah.
I did the same thing. I think when I was on with y'all, it was a pitch trailer. It was most of the people that were in the pitch trailer never even made it in the film. And now
it's completely night and day too, by the way. Like,
yeah.
I remember saying, I'm like, oh, it's kind of schlocky and like whatever, and I'm like, no, that's not what I know. Like, it's not at all. Like, don't get me wrong, I was interested in what I saw in the first one too, because I like those kind of movies. But yeah, it's a big step up for sure.
And so I kind of like to think that, okay, well, you see what the pitch trailer went from with Bloody Summer Camp, from there to what it's the new real trailer is. Imagine if it's that same kind of jump from the pitch trailer for Go Away to what the real pitch trailer is going to be like.
Yeah, we're all going to be terrified to the point where we can't function.
That's our goal. Our goal is to, if we're not making the next film better than the previous one, then why the hell are we doing it?
Yeah.
My goal
is, way to think right there,
is to always try to make a better film, to make it, the quality better, the story better, the actors, better actors, everything. So,
well, we're excited for you for sure.
And I guess it helps too. I mean, even if people haven't seen Bloody Summer Camp yet, now you just have 2 movies that are now being hyped up. So once that happens, it's like, okay, now Kevin was saying we need some new movies. So now not only do we have one to look forward to, we got a second one too. So
yeah.
Works out for the better.
Yeah, the upside is, unlike Bloody Summer Camp that lingered on for like a year and a half because of COVID, we're shooting to be done with Go Away as far as filming by mid-October.
Oh, wow.
And then we'll start the post-production part of it, and we're hoping to have it out by next summer.
Wow,
that's great.
Yeah, that is great. So how much do you have, like, an end date for the Indiegogo, like, or is it just an ongoing thing?
Well, it's in demand right now, which means that the Indiegogo ended a while ago.
Okay.
It's just kind of like, once you hit your goal, if you hit it, then they'll just let it keep going as long as you want it to. And I usually let it go until it seems like people stop contributing. Because I don't want to cut it off too early. Because in the past we've cut it off, and then people are like, oh, well, I want to get this, I want to get a DVD or this and that. And I don't put stores up, so.
Mm-hmm.
My whole thing is like I'll wait, and if I go a couple of weeks without getting a contribution, then I'll probably take it down. But I'm not in any rush to take it down as long.
Yeah, but it's you've obviously been consistent, because I think, where are you at with it now? I think the last was it like 40,000 or something like that?
No, it's not quite that. I think it's 34,000.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's almost at 34.
Okay,
Yeah.
so like the next goal is the 40, right?
Yeah, the next goal would be the 40,000.
Yeah, it says here 40,000 killer opening scene.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm sure it'll be a killer scene anyways, but an extra killer scene.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, there's like I said before, when you write the script, you got to write it based on the budget. We have an idea we really want to open the film up with like a good fucking violent scene that kind of gets you,
set the tone.
Holds you off the first part of the film.
Like, Jesus Christ, and like, now it's something nice. Yeah.
Right out of the
Especially, you have some horror movies that kind of take a little while, but then there's other ones that right from the like Ghost Ship. That's one of the most iconic scenes that it's just like, now what am I getting myself into? So a good opening scene could start the movie.
It's like 40 minutes of boredom, and then you're like, but I know I'm going to get there again. I know it's going to happen.
Yeah, we want to smack you in the face as soon as you start watching, and then as you're recovering from that gets you along until the action picks up again.
Yeah.
But like I said, of course, we had to tone it down to begin with until we can, because financially we have to make sure that we can afford what we write.
Yeah. So I know it's probably too early to ask, but do you already have ideas in your mind for the next project?
Yeah. Yeah. I've got. They yell at me, my producers and everything, and my wife. They yell at me because I have like 5 ideas, and I go back and forth between which one I want to do. But there's several factors. There's one film that I want to do that's a ghost film, but it's about the location. I can't do it without the right location, and so that's got to be on the back burner until I come across the right location that's going to work for that. And then there's other ones that are, for other various reasons, not feasible at this time. But I have one that I came up with the other day that I think is the one that I want to pursue next. It's a more of a suspense thriller type film, but it's one of those things where I've already manifested most of it in my head, where I kind of know basically the entire story already, and I really want to get it down on paper. And but you never know. Like I said, 2 weeks from now, it might be in a different
something completely different. There's a suspense one, and then it's turned into a clown drama. I don't even know if that's a thing. But so is there any, like, dabbling with the independent horror, like, stable of awesome actors that are out there? Is there anyone that you like are just aching to work with? Is there anyone that you're like, I'm going to approach this person next?
We talking like celebs or just indie actors?
Just in general. I mean, they don't have to necessarily be like every person name. Like, there's some people out there, like, I'm a huge fan of like Bill Oberst Jr., but it's like not a lot of people know who he is,
Yeah. Well, I can give you both. As far as the indie film, I saw a movie. I don't know if y'all seen it. It came out on Shudder recently called Straight Edge Kegger. Have y'all seen that?
Not yet.
No, not yet. But I believe it's in my queue.
So. There's an actor in that film called Julio Alexander. He's like the lead killer in that film.
Yeah.
I would love to have him as the lead in my next film, and I might actually approach him about it. I've never talked to him before. I don't know where the fuck he lives, but I thought he was great. I thought Straight Edge Kegger was great. I enjoyed it. Screen Team put it out.
Yeah,
and it came out recently, but it's worth a watch.
Shelf.
Yeah, really enjoyed it.
Tony's got it. You got it, Tony?
Yep, and my Scream Team releasing little I got a little section for that, and that's I think was one of their latest releases, sometime late last year.
Yeah, it was last
So
year.
it's a fun
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, it's a good film. But yeah, I'd love to work with him. I thought he was great in that. As far as like a horror celebrity, I can tell you the one that I regret that I didn't get to work with, and that was Reggie Bannister.
Oh yeah.
Reggie almost ended up being the sheriff in Bloody Summer Camp.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I'd actually talked to them a couple different times. It just never worked out. You know, we discussed it a couple different times, but it just never panned out. And then we ended up getting Dave Sheridan. So I was very disappointed to learn that he's kind of retired from everything now, because I would have still held out hope to work with him in some capacity before, you know, his final retirement. But
maybe one of these days you can just be like, hey, just come out of retirement for like just a little bit.
Just
an afternoon. Like you can do it.
Come on, Reggie.
Lee cameo or something.
I just walk by and just like, hey everybody, I'm Reggie Bannister. Don't mind me, just Reggie Bannister hanging out in a closet. What's up? Yeah. Boo. I don't know. So yeah.
But what's it called? With Bloody Summer Camp and stuff, did you bring on the same, you know, effects crew and everything? You had Felissa in that, so I'm sure that's makes it a little bit, you know, easier when it's someone not recognizable, but someone you worked with before. So is it, you know, almost the same crew and stuff?
Oh yeah, I'm very loyal to the crew that I work with, especially the effects, because it's my wife and she'll kill me.
Well, there you go.
She'll kill me if I ever fire her.
You're not. But for the next one, we're going with somebody else.
Yeah.
Melissa actually said that Amber made that film with the effects.
Nice.
Yeah, that after watching that creature feature, she said that Amber's effects was the golden part of that whole film. And I agree. She did amazing. She's really good at what she does. So and then with cinematographer Owen, he kind of knows me, like, you know, really well. He knows what I want, and I've learned to work with it. It's just really hard when you get to know someone and you don't really have to relay so much information, because they kind of know what you're looking for anyways, you know. And the producers that I have, Michael and Jamie, they're amazing. They originally came on Bloody Summer Camp just to help out, and they ended up just fucking busting their asses. You know, Michael was in the film, and then, you know, Jamie was his wife, and then, you know, even when they weren't on film, they were busting their ass on marketing, busting their ass on the crowdfunder, and then they'd show up early, they'd help us set up, and then so I ended up making them producers, because they were basically doing producer work for free.
Yeah.
And so I was like, you know, y'all are doing amazing. And so that's kind of like the Slasher 15 team, and I'll probably always use them. You know, I always use my producers, my cinematographer, and my effects. And also Jonathan, I try to get him. He's my sound guy, and we love him to death. And I try to give him every chance to get. He moved to California, but we're still flying him back out to do.
Oh wow.
Do the sound, because we love working with him. Yeah.
So. Now, did he move out to California to do that kind of work, or is it?
No, he just wanted to get away from us.
Oh
no, he's actually I think he works at hospitals. I'm not really sure what his actual title is.
He does sound at hospitals.
Yeah.
He's the
creepier.
But yeah, he took a better job out there. But yeah, he's flying out. He's gonna be doing majority of the sound for Go Away. He's not gonna be there for some of the weekends that are, but we have a long, like almost 2-week stretch where we're filming, and he's gonna be there for the entire time. So.
Nice. So when are you supposed to start like production on it?
Oh, so 2 weeks.
Oh wow.
And also, just I forgot to point him out. Adam Robertson, dude, does my score. He's amazing. I'll always use him.
Nice.
But yeah, in 2 weeks, it's the first film. First scene is with Elsie Holt. That's going to be August, I think, 7th and 8th. and that's when we start. And then like majority of filming is going to be in September, with our last couple weekends in October. And we're also going to be filming with the former drummer from Five Finger Death Punch.
Oh yeah, I saw
Spencer.
that. Yeah, I saw that on the thing.
Yeah, he's going to be in a brief scene. He's not a big character, but he's in it.
But still, I mean, it's cool.
Yeah.
Like it's something that he can even be like, "Hey, I'm in a movie." Look at that.
Oh yeah. Felissa is the one that actually told us about it. She said that she was working with him on something else, and they got to talk about Go Away, and he told her they'd love to be in it. And I'm like, hell yeah.
Nice.
So.
I guess it always helps when you know people who know people.
Yeah,
exactly.
Listen knows everyone.
Yeah,
she knows everyone. Like she directed a video for Slayer.
Yeah,
like not that long ago, which is pretty huge. I was like, what? Like
what? Really?
Yeah. I was
awesome.
I was a fan of her husband before I even knew that they were married. Like I was taken to like a CKY show for my birthday years ago, and it was a surprise. I was like, oh my god, this is awesome. Then come to find out, he's married. So
I think I saw that they said she produced. I don't think she directed, but I think she produced one of their videos. Not CKY, but his new band.
The new one, 96 Quite Bitter Beginnings or something like that.
Yeah,
I saw the I saw like something. I don't know if it was an Instagram story or something, but Sadie Katz was there. There was all these people like on set, like they were like dressed up, and I was like, oh, Felissa's at it again. This is awesome. But she's just fantastic.
Yeah,
they need to make more people like her, or maybe not, because then we wouldn't know how special she is, right? Yeah. But anyways, I don't know. Angel, get anything?
No, not really. Now right the second you put me on the spot.
Spotlight Angel.
Yeah. All right. So how did you go about like getting all these people together? You know, I mean, like you said, you were thinking of reaching out to the straight edge kegger dude. Are you just like, hey, I know you worked with them in the past, but going back to when you didn't work with them, you know what I mean? Building the relationship. How did you even start to even try to do that, you know, to get these people involved?
Oh, so like just the normal cast, or?
So how did Felissa come to the mix, even for Bloody Summer Camp? Like how?
Yeah, that's what. Like because you said you never talked to the Julio guy, but you're thinking about reaching out. Is that just like what you did?
Yeah. Well, with Felissa, she was the number one that I wanted to begin with, because, like I said, we were doing a summer camp slasher. I had a couple other people in mind. If I couldn't get a hold of her, but she was the first one I reached out to because of the fact that, you know, she's an icon for summer camps. And I'd never met her before too. I had no idea how amazing she was, and how, you know, I didn't know any of that. I'd never met her at a con before. And then so I'd reached out to her on her website, and it was a couple months later, because apparently like that's like the worst way to reach out to her, through her website. But she ended up getting back to me, and I sent her the script, and she came back. She loved the character, and you know, it was over an email couple, like about a month or so before we finally, you know, ended up on a phone call talking to each other and discussing it all out. So that's how we got a hold of Felissa. And then like Felissa is like the link to a lot of people, like Dave Sheridan. I reached out to Dave myself through his contact information that I found, but it was kind of like it was brought up when we were filming with Felissa, and she was telling me how she had just got done filming with Dave Sheridan. I think it's Screen Test, and it was on set, and we were talking. I was like, oh my god, I love that guy. Like, yeah, you know, he's amazing. He's like fucking master of disguise.
Oh, totally.
And she was telling me just how great he was, how you know, fun he was on set and everything. I was like, you know, yeah, I was like, I'd love to fucking work with him. And she's like, well, he'd probably work with you, you know. Yeah. And so when we were looking for the sheriff, like I said, I thought about Reggie Bannister, and I talked to him, and but I ended up reaching out to Dave Sheridan because, you know, Felissa talked so highly of him. Mm-hmm. And so that's how Dave Sheridan came about. And then with Tuesday Night, Felissa actually reached out to me and said that, you know, Tuesday Night would be interested in working with you if you'd ever want to work with her. I was like, yeah, of course, I've got the perfect part for
her. Yes. Yeah. If I don't have a perfect part, I'll write it. Yeah.
Yeah, right. And So a lot of it did come from Felissa. Some of it just came from straight reaching out. Like I contacted Tom Matthews directly through his agent, and some people I just contact directly.
Yeah.
Some people it's through referrals, and same for this cast. Most of this cast I'd worked with before, but everyone auditioned. We held auditions in February of this past year, and man, I went through over 100 fucking auditions.
Yeah, I saw
every single one of them. And we got a couple new faces in, a couple of people that I've never worked with before, but a lot of the people are returning from Bloody Summer Camp because I thought they did great, and I know that they're reliable. I know that they're that they'll show up and be on time and be on set. So
like
awesome.
You said, when you made them kind of, did you write the role for Felissa in Bloody Summer Camp? Like, do you have certain people in mind and write the story around them, or how does that work?
Sometimes with Felissa's role in Bloody Summer Camp, it was a yes and no. It was a no, but I did change the part a little bit to fit more of what I wanted her to be. Because originally, when I wrote Bloody Summer Camp, we didn't know who the celebrity was going to be. Like I said, I wanted to reach out to Felissa, but I didn't know if I was going to have a guy or girl.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't know what part they were going to have. So, when I wrote the characters, they were all not generic, but, they were all written as they were. And then when I cast Felissa, then I had to be like, okay, well, she's going to be this role. And, okay, I want to change this. Now that this is going to be Felissa, I have to not only adjust it for what I want to change her character to, but also for timing in case, the character is maybe a little bit too long for how long we're going to have her. I had to tweak the character a little bit. With Go Away, the role was written completely for Felissa because we knew that we wanted to work with her again, and I wanted to give her a fun character to play, something a little bit different from what she played in the previous film. Mm-hmm. And so that was written specifically for her.
And I love that, by the way. Like I love seeing her do something that's not the norm for her.
Yeah.
Like it's been a few movies. I'm like, oh my God, she friggin' killed it on this. Like, I don't know. There was, what was it? Zombie Apocalypse, Elephant Graveyard.
Yeah, where she plays that like crazy religious woman.
It was just like she was so good in it. It was so good. But yeah, it's good. I mean, I'm glad that you're mixing things up for her as well, because some of these guys they get kind of pigeonholed into the same character all the time.
Yeah,
so she appreciates it as well.
She plays the opposite of who she is in real life on Bloody Summer Camp. She plays a hard ass. And she really fucking enjoyed playing that role. She loved it because, like when she's not filming, she's just like this fucking lovable, just fun person. And as soon as we call action and she's cussing and she's yelling at someone and she's like she's the biggest bitch at camp, And so we wanted to do something different the next go around with her character for Go Away. So I wrote it differently.
Nice.
But it was just fun seeing her play that because I don't see her play a bits too often. Most of the time in most of the films I see, she's kind of similar to herself. She's lighthearted character.
Yeah.
At least that's what I saw her as in like Camp Twilight and stuff. Camp Twilight I felt like is kind of close to how she really is. She's just really nice, really go-getter type person.
Yeah. So. Just real quick, because all the talk of summer camps, Sergio's dying to know if you've ever gone to the camp that they filmed Friday the 13th. I don't know how to pronounce it.
No, but I plan to.
Yeah.
We've been slowly making our way up and down the East Coast, and we're heading in that direction. I definitely want to attend some of that stuff. It's been hard with filming so much, and COVID shit, but we're slowly breaking up and down the East Coast as far as going to conventions and everything. Mm-hmm. And that's one of the places I want to go to.
Yeah. If you ever make it out to Massachusetts, let us know. in Salem. Go check out Salem or something.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah.
I think it's like Camp Obi Bosca, something
Novi
along those.
Bosco or something like
And it's
Can't
they
remember.
actually do like a Friday the 13th. They close the camp off, and then they do like a tour and whatever. It's like an hour and a half away from me. Something.
Hell
like
yeah!
that is pretty cool. I would check that out.
Yeah.
Now here's the thing with speaking of summer camp, I haven't really seen. I mean, in the 80s, they were all over the place. Summer camp movies, 90s not so much, 2000s not so much. But now you were saying, with the COVID, it kind of threw a monkey wrench in the the release. But I think that might help a little bit because now with Fear Street, the second Fear Street, where they brought it to the camp, that might bring the resurgence of camp movies back.
The trigger.
And then now you got Fear Street, and then Bloody Summer Camp comes out, and they're like, oh, okay, now here's another one that brought me back to the old school, summer camp slasher. So
Yeah, it's funny because when we first announced Bloody Summer Camp, I think that's right around the first time that they announced the American Horror Story Camp one. Somewhere around there. So they are still popping up. That's good. That's good to know that we didn't do this as a trend. We did it because this was the film that I wanted to make. After Return of the Slash Nurse, I was just like, I'm either going to make a film that I want to make, or I'm just going to like take a break from this. And so I wanted to make a summer camp slasher, and it just kind of worked out that right now, 80s nostalgia was kind of like a big thing. I'm just glad that it hasn't died off before we can get our film out. And then we get our film out. It was like, oh, that's so yesterday.
It's all 90s now.
We're all about 90s now. Yeah.
New Kids on the Block and crap. Were they 80s or 90s? I don't even know.
that was like what 2018 or 19 with the clown craze, where every other movie that was coming out was like a killer clown. So maybe it's
the thing is, there was some good clown movies that were made, but a lot of them got lost in the shuffle because there were so many of them. So that's the other thing. But I mean, obviously, people are psyched about Bloody Summer Camp to the point where they haven't even seen it yet, and they're like excited. So their funding go away. So that's pretty sick.
I'm very
must be a good feeling
about that.
Yeah, that's two successful, back-to-back hits,
and they're not even out yet.
Yeah,
that's the crazy thing. I mean, crazy in a good way. Like I don't know. That's was that your Alexa? Yeah. I don't want to know what it was saying. You had to mute your mic.
I didn't mean to. Sorry about that.
Mr. Tony the Dead. Tony Janot or Ganot. I always say it wrong, but Mr. Tony the Dead. Hi guys. What's up, Tony?
What up?
Hey.
But yeah, so that's it's pretty exciting. And you're starting filming in 2 weeks.
Yep, it's got a lot of perks left on here. So
what do you got? Can go through some.
I'm looking at special thanks, IMDb, limited edition DVD, movie poster T-shirt, Bloody Summer Camp comic T-shirt, a bunch limited edition Blu-ray, Slasher 15 bundle.
What's in that one?
I believe that's the first two films and maybe Bloody Summer Camp.
Curse of the included items is Curse of the Slasher Nurse DVD, Return of Slasher Nurse, and then Bloody Summer Camp DVD.
Yeah.
Nice. And how much is that one?
$50.
See, that's
yeah. So you got all the movies.
That's not yeah. It's
all the movies.
Not. It's not Tony.
Not.
Yeah. Tony's
he's got a screen reuse radar gun.
That will be used by L.C. Holt.
Yeah, there you go.
Scene. He plays the deputy Ledbetter.
Nice. Ledbetter. Is that a play on is that isn't that like a Pearl Jam song or something?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
Yellow Ledbetter or something.
Something like that.
Yeah.
No, I don't like Pearl Jam, but I know I've heard
right.
it. Sure, I don't like Pearl Jam.
But yeah, you got all the way to being executive producer at the beginning.
Yeah, we didn't sell too many of those. We sold plenty of associate producers, but we haven't sold as many executive producers as we did Bloody Summer Camp. But we did have more crowdfunders with Bloody Summer Camp.
Yeah. I got in on your first day launch or your first week launch thing when you had the little discount for your first day backers.
Yeah.
So I got a poster and the Blu-ray.
Yeah, you got the first day poster. I actually was working on that design the other day. It's gonna be different from the design of the other posters.
Yeah.
Specific for the first day backers.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, yeah, appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, congrats on everything, and definitely keep us posted. And if when it comes time for either one of them to come out, definitely hit us up, and we can maybe have some of the people on and talk about it. And so where can people find you? Well, all the links are in the notes wherever you're listening or watching this. But where can the listeners follow the production company and what you're working on?
Yeah, so we're Slasher15 on Twitter. It's Twitter at Bloody Camp. On Facebook, it's Slasher15 Films, and on Instagram, it's Slasher15 Films as well.
Nice. And Angel, what about you? Where can people find you?
You can find me talking horror films and a bunch of other bullshit on that strange show with my buddies Mandy and Ryan. And I think we got a new episode out right now where we did the Halloween Kills breakdown for the trailer, kind of speculating what kind of movie we're gonna get. So
nice.
Check that out.
Nice. And didn't you guys just recently record a Fear Street episode?
Yeah, we just did that one too. That should be out in like a couple weeks.
Nice.
So broke that down.
You can find me at Tony Has Nine Fingers on YouTube, where I do movie reviews or unboxings or anything movie related. You'll find it on there. You could find me at Tony's Movies on Instagram, where I show off the movies behind me. I have a TikTok where I do movie reviews. No twerking. Tony Has Nine Fingers. And then you can find me here on Tuesday nights with Kevin and sometimes Angel and sometimes Wolfie.
Yeah. So constant, different people on the show, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyways, you can find me a Knuckle on Instagram every Tuesday here, obviously, and also doing reviews of the 13th Wolfman. And I'm also part of Black and White Fright and Secret Underground Hideout, all of which are on the Dorkening Podcast Network. Go to thedorkening.com for more information on those and every other show on the network. Thanks for listening, and go support independent horror.
Yeah, hit that Indiegogo.
Go away and support Go Away. Am I right, guys? Anyways, thanks for listening and watching and commenting, and have a good night. Bye.